So the war is escalating, and this is a scene from Tehran. It says Tehran's Sharon oil depot is completely consumed by a massive blaze after Israeli airstrikes hit the facility tonight. And you can see it is, I'm just showing it to you, it's terrible. I don't know what else to say. Fox News was even showing the footage here. Basically, again, it's just massive bombing in Tehran. You can see the flames. It's also the headlines from Al Jazeera. Iran live. Israel bombs the Tehran oil depots. Attacks on Gulf states continue. And let me show you some more footage that we get an idea of. I mean, it's massive. This is the scene, I guess, driving around it. There's just smoke everywhere. Again, I guess they're attacking the oil depots. These must be local people's footage. Remember, there's people on the ground, right? This is like someone's neighborhood then. You can see. It's happening right now. Donald Trump then says, refuses to rule out deploying ground troops in Iran. And we just got a report from NBC before, I guess in private discussions, they're talking about sending in U.S. forces on the ground. Listen to him talk about that when he's asked about U.S. ground forces.
What are the circumstances where you'd send in ground troops? How are you thinking about that?
I don't even want to talk about it. I mean, that's, I don't think it's an appropriate question. You know, I'm not going to answer it. Could there be? Possibly, for very good reason.
So could there be, again, talking about U.S. ground troops, possibly, and he says for very good reason. That's according to Trump. Also, you have this, U.S. faced with few good options to tamp down surging oil prices. And essentially what we're talking about here, we're talking about a couple different things. So one is Trump is crazy, as we all know. We're talking about sending in U.S. ground forces. We're also talking about Trump wants to pick the leader of Iran. He wants unconditional surrender. And there's few good options here, right? There's also the discussion, again, this is financial news, is the nightmare scenario for global energy here? And I keep seeing comparisons to the 1970s. For those of you old enough to remember this, you remember the oil crisis. It can get really, really ugly. I'll just read you a flavor of what they're talking about here. One legacy of all this has been the nightmare scenario of the oil that flows through the Gulf being interdicted by an extended and destructive war. The fear that this will result in skyrocketing energy prices that send the world economy plummeting into a deep recession, also known as depression, basically. Now, would we go to that extreme? It's a little bit different system today than it was before, but certainly it could slow down the economy. I mean, Qatar was already talking about that as we talk about where oil could go to 150 a barrel. They were mentioning here we may see some of the highest oil prices since maybe pandemic or even the global financial crisis. This is what we're faced with at the moment. Trump was also asked about the bombing of the school. It says U.S. investigators believe a strike on Iranian schoolgirl school probably carried out by U.S. forces. This is what Trump had to say when asked about the school bombing.
Mr. President, did the United States bomb a girls' elementary school in southern Iran on the first day of the war and kill 175 people?
Based on what I've seen, that was done by Iran.
Is that true, Mr. Hegseth? It was Iran who did that?
We're certainly investigating.
Still investigating.
But the only side that targets civilians is Iran.
We think it was done by Iran. Because they're very inaccurate, as you know, with their munitions. They have no accuracy whatsoever. It was done by Iran.
And you can just see Hegseth's face in that to where, is that true, Mr. Hegseth? Because we know Trump lies all the time. And Hegseth is like, we're investigating it. You can just see his face. So I'll let you guys be the judge of that. This the early reports. It seems like that might have been the USA. That's why I showed you guys this. And Trump doesn't seem to have a care in the world about this stuff. And this is the scene right now in Tehran. Multiple Iranian fuel storage depots are burning across Tehran after a series of Israeli airstrikes tonight. I also want to show you this because I think it's important. We talked about this in the last video. I mean, they're just leveling the city. I don't know what else to say. The amount of destruction. There's military targets in here. There's government targets. Civilian targets are also getting hit. There's a lot of gray, which we just don't know. It's just so much. I've showed you guys this before. It's a whole city, and this idea that if you bomb everyone and then suddenly they're going to welcome you as victors. I mean, that's just crazy. You know, you're basically putting the seeds in here for decades. If people aren't going to like us, I don't know how else to put it. I mean, this is what you're doing to the city. You can see it's not the city, it's the country, the region, completely destabilized. I also want to show you this. There's a chart here of how many people have been killed as of Friday, March 6th, 11:30 GMT. So the blue is attacks by Israel and USA. The red is attacks by Iran. So you can see this. So in Iran, 1,332 people have been killed. You also have 123 people killed in Lebanon, people killed in Iraq, Kuwait, Jordan. You can see the chart here. I know the U.S. news will just focus on 6 Americans killed, which I don't preference anyone's life over other. I'm just showing you what it is, and I think it's important to show everything, not just selectively, right? It is all over, and it's a terrible situation all around. It's the best way to describe it. Trump then is attacking the UK now on his tweets. He says the UK, United Kingdom, our once great ally, maybe the greatest of all of them, is finally giving serious thought to sending 2 aircraft carriers to the Middle East. That's okay, Prime Minister Starmer. We don't need them any longer, but we will remember we don't need people that join wars after we've already won. President Donald J. Trump. And obviously this is just some demented dude that it's clearly not over. No one's won anything yet. No one wins anything with this stuff at all. You're destroying everything. And when you listen to the way he talks, you'll see how nuts he is. Listen to this.
Can you give us an idea of what unconditional surrender looks like to you? I mean, what do you want from Iran?
I said unconditional, not conditional. I said unconditional. It's where they cry uncle, or when they can't fight any longer and there's nobody around to cry uncle. That could happen too, because we've wiped out their leadership numerous times already. So it's if they surrender, or if there is nobody around to surrender, but they're rendered useless in terms of military.
And he's basically talking about wiping out everyone. I mean, you can hear the language, right? Surrender, or if there's no one around to surrender.
Well, I think we've accomplished more in 1 week than anyone thought possible. We've wiped out their Navy, 44 ships. We've wiped out their Air Force, every plane. We've wiped out most of their missiles. You see, the missiles aren't coming much anymore. We've also hit their manufacturing areas where they make the missiles very hard. Their drone capacity is way down. And we've hurt them where it hurts. Yes, including about every form of leadership you can have, we've wiped out.
And I've seen Trump a lot, but I haven't seen it really spiral like this. Like it's horrifyingly scary as it's aggressively intensifying. Just the way he talks about the stuff, and as the body bags mount up, he just gets more and more Trump. I don't know how else to put it. This is Trump when you're supposed to be honoring the fallen troops, and what are you doing wearing a white baseball hat, which is just weird. The whole thing is weird. There's also been reports that Vance has been hanging low on this one, meaning that like maybe he doesn't want to be connected to what this stuff. But I mean, you're the vice president. You made your bed and you lie in it. But that's sort of what it is, and it's just this whole thing is so many words you can say. It's sick. It's an embarrassment. Oftentimes it doesn't seem real because it's so stupid. These are the people that have been killed on the U.S. side so far. There's been other reports on, there could be more. I'll just say this: we'll wait till it gets confirmed on these things, because they're already preparing you for more casualties on the U.S. side. But I don't want to just imply that like only Americans matter. That's why I show you guys these things to where there's a lot of countries involved. There's a lot of people's lives involved, not just American. I always want to make that clear. And you can see the losses just mount up. And, just think about how, each family is affected, right? Out of all of these people, these are real people on the ground.
We're winning the war by a lot. We've decimated their whole evil empire. It'll continue, I'm sure, for a little while. But very proud of the people. The parents were so proud of their boy, as they call him, my boy, in case the young lady. The parents are so proud. Many of them are military parents, as you know. So but it's always a very sad thing. The war itself is going unbelievably. It's as good as it can be.
And it's ridiculous to talk in this way to where parents are proud that their kids have been killed. I mean, this is what we're talking about here. And my opinion on this stuff is, if you really want to, serve the people, keep the people from getting killed, which I think is pretty basic. And this is where we're at. He's in it for profit for himself, profit for his family. I know we talk about it all the time on the channel, but you have to repeat it because there's actually MAGA people out there that actually think Trump likes them for whatever reason. I mean, the MAGA people are sick as well. Yes, some are waking up. Not everyone yet, but I mean, people should be furious about what's happening, right? And that's why I have to show you multiple things. Because some people just say, oh, Chris, that's just another country. Why should I care? And it's just like, he's destabilizing the economy, so that's going to destroy your life. Just talking about in terms of that. Oil prices are going to spike. We're worried about, deep recession. And then there's the human factor, which I never want to lose sight of. And, now we're talking about whether or not we bomb schools. This is the whole thing is crazy. I've never witnessed anything like this in this way. It's unprecedented. So many of the stuff that Trump is doing. So that's what's going on. I just want to let you know that you're not alone. I can see it and you can see it too. And I'll try my best to keep you updated. I just don't think this can go on much further. It's crazy. So I'll catch you in the next video.